Hi everyone. So in this video we are going to learn about AC voltage applied to a series LCR circuit. Okay. Series LCR circuit. LCR means L is inductor. L is inductor, that is a coil, inductor coil. C means capacitor. Okay, a capacitor. And R is resistor. Okay. So these components, these three components are arranged in series. Okay. So let us have the circuit. So this is inductor, capacitor, resistor. Okay. Now they are connected in series and an AC voltage source. So this is an AC voltage source is connected across the series combination. Okay. Now suppose this is EMF E, this is inductance L, capacitance C, resistance R. Okay, so this is the circuit. Now if we take this EMF as this is an AC voltage. Okay, so if you take it as V is equal to V naught sine omega t. Okay, V naught sine omega t. And the current that is flowing in the circuit, it is suppose I is equal to I naught sine omega t plus phi. Okay, this is the current. Now see, when this voltage is applied across the combination of L, C and R. Okay, so there will be a voltage drop across inductor. Okay, that will be given by L di by dt. Okay, there will be a voltage drop across the capacitor. If Q is a charge, it will be Q by C. Okay, and across this resistor, it will be I into R. Okay, now this voltage is dropped. This is the total voltage applied. Okay, so I can write V is equal to L di by dt plus Q by C plus IR. Okay, so this is the total voltage and a part of it is dropped across inductor. Okay, a part of it is dropped across capacitor and a part of it is dropped across the resistor. Okay, acha. Now let us analyze this circuit by drawing a phasor diagram. Okay, see, before we draw the phasor diagram, we need to understand that when AC flows through resistor, okay, then current and voltage are in same phase, okay. When AC flows through a capacitor, when AC current flows through a capacitor, then current leads voltage by phase angle of pi by 2. Current is ahead of voltage by phase angle of pi by 2. And when this current, alternating current, flows through an inductor, okay, in this case, so this is alternating current flowing through inductor of inductance L. Now in this case, voltage is ahead of current. So if this is voltage, this is current, voltage is ahead of current by phase angle of pi by 2, okay. So this is the basic concept that we have learned. Now here we have all the three components L, C and R in series, okay, and same current is flowing through them, because they are in series. Okay, so we have to combine the phasor diagram. Okay, so how will you combine? Let's see. So first, let us draw the axis. Okay, this is the axis. Now current flowing through them is same. Okay, current flowing through them is same. So first, let us mark the direction of the current. Phasor is a rotating vector. Okay, so here current, voltage, everything, they are represented by vector. So this is current, direction of current. Okay, so we have drawn the current. Acha. Now voltage across capacitor. Now voltage across resistor, voltage drop across resistor, it is in same phase with the current. So that means this will be VR. Okay, VR, this is voltage drop across the resistor. Okay, VR. Okay, acha. Now direction of current is fixed. Now we know that for capacitor, voltage lags current by phase angle of 90 degree. So that means VC will be in this direction. This is VC. Okay, this angle is 90 degree. For inductor, voltage is ahead of current by phase angle of 90 degree. So voltage ahead means in this direction. This is voltage drop across inductor, and this angle is 90 degree. Okay, now this, see, this VL and VC, they are along the same line. They are on the same line, but VL and VC, they are in opposite direction. Okay, so their resultant will be either VL minus VC or VC minus VL, depending upon which quantity has greater magnitude. Okay, acha. Now let us say that VC has of greater magnitude. Okay, VC has greater magnitude. Then this VL can be moved to this side, so that, so this is VL, now they are in the same direction. So the resultant, their resultant will now become VC minus VL. Okay, VC minus VL. Now this is VL. Okay, so this is resultant, VC minus VL. This is VR, voltage drop across resistor. Okay, acha. Now see, what will be the resultant of these two voltages? See now, see, phasor diagram means voltage and current, they are vector quantities. So resultant of these two vectors, it will be somewhere in this direction. So suppose this is V. Okay, so what will be the magnitude of this V? It will be square root of VR square plus VC minus VL square. Correct? We know that VR, it is equal to I into R. Okay, VC is equal to I into XC. XC is the capacitive reactance, and VL, it is equal to I into XL. Okay, so if you substitute these values in this equation, we get V is equal to I times square root of R square plus XC minus XL the whole square. Okay, now this quantity in square root, under square root, this can be replaced by symbol Z. Now this is called impedance. Okay, see, voltage equal to current times impedance. So this impedance is the opposition offered by this LCR circuit to the flow of alternating current. Actually, general definition is impedance is the opposition offered by any electrical device to an alternating current, such that we have V is equal to I into Z. So where Z is equal to square root of R square plus Xc minus XL whole square. Okay, so we have obtained one important result. Okay, now regarding the term Z, that is the impedance. See, if you have a resistor, so in that case impedance of the resistor will be equal to R. Okay, now if you have an inductor, okay, then impedance it will be equal to XL. If you have a capacitor, then impedance it is equal to XC. Okay, if you have resistor, inductor, capacitor R, L, C, then we have Z equal to square root of R square plus XC minus XL square. Okay, now similarly, if you have only two elements, like suppose you have a inductor and a resistor. Okay, this is inductor and a resistor of resistance R. So in that case, see, this term will not be there because there is no capacitance. Okay, so we will have Z is equal to square root of XL square plus R square. Okay, now similarly, if we have a capacitor with a, say, resistor. Okay, so this resistor R, capacitor C. So in this case, impedance will be square root of XC square plus R square. Okay, so this is impedance. Okay, Achha. Now with regard to our LCR circuit, series LCR circuit, see, we got current as equal to voltage divided by square root of R square plus XC minus XL whole square. Okay, where that is equal to V by Z. Okay, Achha. So now see, for what condition of this impedance the current is maximum. See, for current to be maximum, for I to be I max, maximum, Z impedance should be minimum. Okay, now for XC is equal to XL, this quantity will become 0, so impedance will be minimum and current will be maximum. Okay, now see, XC it is equal to 1 by omega C and XL it is equal to omega L. Okay, now these two quantities will become equal at a particular angular frequency. Now suppose that is angular frequency is omega naught, such that we have XC is equal to XL and 1 by omega naught C will be equal to omega naught L. Okay, now from this we get omega naught is equal to 1 by square root of LC. Okay, now see, when this happens, XC is equal to XL, this quantity becomes 0, current is maximum. So that maximum current, it will be equal to V by R. V by R. Okay. So that means at maximum value of current, the circuit will behave as a purely resistive circuit. Circuit is behaving as if the other components, the capacitor and the inductor, they are not at all present in the circuit. Okay. Now this particular condition, when XC becomes equal to XL, this is called resonance condition. Okay, this is called resonance condition. Resonance condition. Okay. Now this resonance condition is achieved at this frequency because when omega is equal to omega naught, XC is equal to XL. So at this angular frequency, this current is maximum and it is equal to V by R. Circuit is behaving as a purely resistive circuit, as if capacitor and inductor are not there, And this particular angular frequency, it is called resonant angular frequency. Resonant angular frequency. Okay, so this is one important result. That means at resonance, the current is maximum. The circuit will behave like a purely resistive circuit. Xc will be equal to XL, and the angular frequency of the current, of the alternating current, it will be equal to 1 by square root of LC. 1 by square root of LC. Okay, now we got the expression for angular frequency. Okay, now how about the expression for frequency? Because omega naught, it is equal to twice pi, frequency is f naught. Okay, so this f naught will become 1 by twice pi square root of LC. Now this frequency is called resonant frequency. Resonant frequency. Okay, we have the following result, like current, it is equal to the maximum current, and that is equal to V by R, when frequency is equal to the resonant angular frequency. Okay, and it is equal to 1 by square root of LC. Okay, so at this angular frequency, the current is acquiring a maximum value. Okay, so now if we draw a graph, okay, showing the variation of current with angular frequency. Okay, so this direction we have angular frequency, this direction is current, so the graph will be like this. Okay, so at at resonant angular frequency, so this is when omega is equal to omega naught, the current acquires a maximum value. Okay, so this is the graph showing the variation of current with frequency. Okay, now a few things regarding phase. Okay, see, initially we took the voltage V is equal to V naught sin omega t. Okay, and I is equal to I naught sin omega t plus phi. Okay, and then we had drawn the phasor diagram. Okay, so this is current. Okay, now voltage drop across resistance, it is in same phase as the current. So both this red color arrow and black color arrow, they are in the same direction. Okay, acha, now with regard to VL, now voltage drop across inductor, it is 90 degree ahead of current, and this voltage drop across capacitor, it is this is voltage drop across capacitor, it is 90 degree behind current. Okay, acha, now from that this VL and VC, we found the resultant, we took the resultant in this direction because we assumed that this voltage drop across capacitor is greater than voltage drop across inductor, and this side the resultant of VL and VC was VC minus VL. So we had two vectors VR and VC minus VL in mutually perpendicular direction. So resultant of these two vectors was marked as V. So this V is the resultant voltage. So this is that resultant voltage. So V is equal to V naught sin omega t. So that means this horizontal line is taken as the reference line. So voltage angle made by the voltage is omega t. Okay, and current is I naught sin omega t plus phi. So phase is omega t plus phi. So with this reference line, this total angle will be omega t plus phi. This is already omega t. So angle between voltage and current, it should be phi. Okay, so I hope this diagram is clear to you. Okay, acha. Now that means, see, phi is the phase difference between current and voltage. So that is what we are observing here also, because voltage is sin omega t, current is sin omega t plus phi. So that means phi is the phase difference. Okay. So let us redraw this to understand the value of this phi, or to determine the value of this phi. Okay, so let us mark this horizontal direction as current. This is also the direction of voltage drop across resistance. They are in same phase, so marked in the same direction. Okay, now this is VL, because voltage drop across inductor, it is 90 degree ahead of current. Okay, now similarly this will be VC. Here current is ahead of voltage by 90 degree for capacitive circuit, isn't it? Acha. So we have taken VC to be of greater magnitude, so resultant of these two will be in the downward direction. Okay, so we will take this resultant as VC minus VL, VC minus VL. Okay, so this is VC minus VL, this is VR. So for them the resultant will be V in this direction, and this angle is phi. So this is phi, that is the phase angle between voltage and current. Okay, Achha, now we have to find the value of this phase difference phi. Okay, so if we take tan phi, okay, if we take tan phi, okay, so what will be the value of tan phi? Tan phi will be perpendicular by base. Perpendicular by base, perpendicular means this quantity, so that is equal to VC minus VL divided by base, that is VR. Okay, so what will be the value of this VC? VC is I XC minus I XL divided by I into R. Okay, so I is same in numerator and denominator because same current is flowing through L, C and R, so we can just cancel out this quantities. Okay, so we have tan phi, it is equal to XC minus XL divided by R. So this is how you can calculate the value of this phase. Okay, now few important things from your NCERT textbook. This is from page number 248. So this is regarding the application of resonant circuit. Okay, so resonant circuits have variety of applications. For example, in tuning mechanism of radio or TV set. Okay, see what is this mechanism? See, we have seen that in the current angular frequency graph. Okay, so at resonant frequency, the current becomes maximum. So that means the current which has frequency which is equal to the resonant frequency of the circuit, that current will be allowed to pass through the circuit. Okay, other current will not be allowed. Okay, so this is how we can tune our TV or radio to receive particular signals. Okay, so this is the application of resonant circuit. Okay, so this is explained in page number 248 of your NCERT textbook. Okay, now next thing that you need to observe is, this is from page number 249 of your NCERT textbook. It is important to note that resonance phenomena is exhibited by circuit only if both L, C are present in the circuit. Okay, see, without L and C, this phenomena will not occur. Okay, only then we do the voltages across L and C cancel each other. Okay, now in the phasor diagram we have seen that voltage across inductor and voltage across capacitor, they were 180 degree out of phase. Okay, and at resonance what happens? VL will becomes equal to VC and they cancel out. Okay, so both being out of phase, VL and VC being out of phase, and the current amplitude is Vm by R. Okay, for us we have written it to be V by R. This is the current at resonance. Okay, the total source voltage appearing across R. Okay, so this voltage is the voltage appearing across R, means the entire voltage is dropped across R because VL and VC, they are cancelled out. This means that we cannot have resonance in RL or RC circuit. In RL and RC circuit, this cannot occur. This cannot occur. Why this cannot occur? Because in RL circuit, what happens in RL circuit? See, in RL circuit, this is the voltage across resistor, this is the voltage across inductor. Okay, so this voltage and this voltage cannot cancel. So here the resultant voltage, it will be equal to square root of VR square plus VL square. Okay. Similarly, if you have RC circuit also, you will have the similar kind of result. But in LCR circuit, VL and VC, they cancel out at resonance, and we have V is equal to VR. Okay. So this possibility is there only when you have both L and C present in the circuit, and not when we have RL or RC circuit. Okay. So this is explained in page number 249 of your NCERT textbook. Okay. So this is all about resonance and resonance circuit and the series LCR circuit. Okay. Now suppose we have this circuit, series LCR circuit, and we have to find the impedance. Okay. Find impedance of the circuit, okay. Acha. Now you may try this problem at your end, okay, and then verify with my solution. Now see, impedance, it is square root of R square plus XC minus XL the whole square. Okay. Now this XC minus XL can also be written as XL minus XC. It doesn't matter. You will get the same solution. Okay. So now here, see this quantity 4 ohm. This is resistance R. Now this quantity 9 ohm, that is the inductive reactance of the inductor. So this is XL. And this 6 ohm, this is the capacitive reactance of the capacitor, it is XC. Okay, so simply you have to substitute the values. So Z is equal to square root of 4 square plus 6 minus 9 the whole square. Okay, 6 minus 9 is minus 3, so 3 square. So this is 4 square plus 3 square. So this is equal to 5 ohm. Okay, impedance unit is ohm. So this is 5 ohm. So impedance of the circuit is